The Dark Interval. Letters for the Grieving Heart by Maria Rilke. To Ilsa Erdmann. Between 1913 and 1922, Erdmann, born 1879, died 1924, corresponded with Rilke about his work and various challenges in her life. Rilke responded in 20 letters which are thought to have prevented her from attempting suicide. This letter refers to the death of Erdmann's nephew, which she experienced like the death of her own child. Saturday, October 9th, 1915. What I really would like to hear much more about at the right time is that knot of coincidences which, as you suggest, is actually what keeps you confined in bodily pain. Is it possible to say more about this? I may be able to aid your response by venturing a guess. I suspect that similar experiences have also gotten me entangled in my bodily condition, which in general seems incredibly difficult to me, in its duality of thing and me. In my case, there is the additional fact that although I have not had any extreme experiences of bodily pain, I've been extremely sensitive to suffering from an early age. I tend to think of physical pain as so utterly senseless that as soon as it appears, my soul yields to it, as if the pain simply pushed it out of the space it usually occupies. I cannot abide pain as anything but at most an experience of intensity, and as something that teaches us what intensity can be, as long as we encounter it again for an instant in joy, in ecstasy, or during a period of very focused work. I would like to think that very young children pass through incredible intensities of pain, joy, and sleep, and that there are later periods when physical suffering basically remains the only example of intensity for us, because life otherwise mostly leads us to distraction. In the process of dying, however, physical pain must often be a nasty irritation, since it is surely our most present and immediate experience, and thus, so to speak, not valid in relation to the general realm toward which the dying person directs himself. Pain's stubborn emphasis of a specific location forces us to become one-sided and probably contradicts the dying person's inclination to try to become part of the world more broadly. Of course, this will still be accomplished entirely by present means, but to make those earthly means our own, to achieve a kind of completion in our relations with the earth, and to inexpressibly, indescribably, breathlessly exist in the here and now. Wouldn't this be the only option for us to finally be included in more than only our earthly existence? I think we have to experience boundlessness through our incapacity to measure even the measurable. This is why Kierkegaard includes us in the seriousness of death, without attributing to us a time limit or an eternal future beyond it. To understand and passionately exhaust our physical presence on earth as one side of being in itself would be the demand placed by death on us, while life, where one simply recognizes it as real, is everywhere all of life. I remember Rodin's exasperation when Francis Jean repeated Van Tieghem's claim that the seeds of certain flowers had arrived on Earth from other stars, trapped inside meteorites. Rodin knew how much we have yet to accomplish here, indeed, what not, and very decidedly did not want our curiosity turned beyond and away from what is here. And yet, even that is possible. to have the starred skies closely wrapped around one's heart. This is how you experienced it, I think, during those recent evening walks across the meadows, where you recalled what you had learned earlier about the stars. I would have liked to have been with you then, to look up next to you and to learn something. What period of your childhood may that have been when someone recited to you the names of the stars? Who? I realize that I know very little of your childhood, almost nothing. R.M.R.